You know what makes seasoned investors laugh at your deal package before tossing it in the trash? A 5-year pro forma that reads like a fairy tale written by someone who's never seen a vacancy or a roof replacement. We're not talking about being pessimistic here. We're talking about the difference between a projection that gets you funded and one that gets you ghosted. The moment your numbers scream, "I watched 3 YouTube videos and I'm ready to retire," you've lost credibility you'll never get back. Here's the brutal truth. Every rookie thinks their property will have 95% occupancy. Rents will climb 5% annually like clockwork, and expenses will behave like well-trained puppies. Then reality shows up with a tenant who breeds ferrets, a furnace that dies in January, and property taxes that just got reassessed at 20% higher. The catalyst behind most failed deals isn't bad properties, it's bad projections that promise paradise and delivered purgatory. Think of your pro forma like a weather forecast. If you predict sunny days for 5 straight years, nobody's bringing an umbrella, and everyone's getting soaked when the storm hits. Remember when everyone thought they'd crush it flipping houses in 2006, riding that wave of eternal appreciation? Those pro formas aged like milk in the desert sun, and the investors who believed their own hype learned expensive lessons about gravity. The psychology of projection is fascinating. We want to believe our deal is special, that our market is different, that our management will be flawless. But here's what the grizzled veterans know. Hope is not a strategy, and optimism without data is just expensive daydreaming. Let's get technical for a second. Your revenue assumptions need stress testing like a bridge before opening day. Conservative occupancy rates, realistic rent growth tied to actual market data, and vacancy assumptions that account for turnover. These aren't pessimism, they're professionalism. On the expense side, this is where amateurs bleed out slowly while wondering what happened. You need line items for everything: maintenance, CapEx reserves, property management, insurance, utilities, landscaping, snow removal, pest control, legal fees, and that mysterious category called stuff you didn't see coming. The CapEx reserve, this is your adult supervision fund. Budget 1% to 2% of the property value annually, because roofs, HVAC systems, and parking lots don't care about your cash flow dreams. Now here's the pattern. We see cycle after cycle in real estate. Markets heat up, everyone gets confident, underwriting gets sloppy, and suddenly properties trade at prices that only make sense if everything goes perfectly. Then the music stops, and whoever's holding the optimistic pro forma is left explaining to their investors why the numbers don't match reality. The community of experienced operators will tell you the same thing. Conservative assumptions, multiple scenarios, and sensitivity analysis showing what happens if rents drop 10% or expenses spike 20%. That's the homework that separates institutional buyers from hopeful amateurs. Let's bust a myth right now. Detailed, conservative projections don't kill deals, they kill bad deals, which is exactly what they're supposed to do. If your returns evaporate with realistic assumptions, you just saved yourself from a nightmare disguised as an opportunity. Here's your actionable blueprint. Start with actual historical data from the property and comparable properties, not aspirational nonsense. Use trailing 12-month actuals, adjust for known changes, layer in market research, and build in buffers for Murphy's Law. Your rent growth assumptions should tie directly to employment trends, population growth, new supply coming online, and wage growth in your market, not your retirement timeline. Model 3 scenarios. Base case with moderate assumptions, upside case if things go well, and downside case if the economy hiccups. The discipline here is accepting that slow and steady beats the alternative, which is spectacular failure. Position sizing matters more than perfection. If you underwrite conservatively and the deal still works, you've built in margin for error that lets you sleep at night. Look, real estate operates in cycles as predictable as seasons, even though each cycle feels brand new and different. The winners are the ones who respect history, trust their process more than their gut, and remember that the goal isn't to predict the future, it's to survive it. At the end of the day, I'm comfortable whether your pro forma is conservative or aggressive, because I know which one leads to repeat business and which one leads to lawsuits. The market rewards preparation over optimism, and discipline over conviction every single time. If you're ready to find investment properties analyzed by people who actually understand what realistic projections look like, check out www.growthsense.com, where you can find and sell investment properties